And welcome back to American Soccer. And as we talked about earlier in the program, giving us an opportunity to bring in, I guess, one of the people that's most excited to be tossing money into Major League Soccer. That's Will Chang, the managing partner, co-owner of DC United. And Will joins us now on American Soccer. And Will, first of all, we understand you're a pretty big fan of the program. We're glad you're a viewer, and I guess congratulations on a great turnaround.
Thank you very, very much, and thank you very much for inviting me onto your show. I'm a big fan. I tune in every week.
Well,
and you know, I take the good and the bad about what you say about us, but very, very interesting comments. Thank you.
No problem. I guess it's better to be talked about. Let's talk a little bit about what was going on this past week, taking on Los Angeles in the heat of the summer at RFK Stadium. And we were talking about how hot it can get just a few moments ago. But a lot of people were saying that this was more a mistake in regards to the quality of Major League Soccer because it was before the Euro Cup final. But I guess they don't realize anytime you get a chance to be put on a major network like ABC in the middle of a sporting day and basically create part of a celebration and be part of it, you can't say no. And I think DC and MLS redeemed themselves quite well.
Well, you know, you shouldn't be playing football in the middle of the day at noon because you just don't get the quality of soccer that you do that if you played in the evening. But this was a great opportunity for us to be on a doubleheader with the Euro Cup final. And the rating was just fantastic for us. We had one of the highest ratings for an MLS non-playoff game. So we were very, very happy with the ratings. And, you know, the way we played, I think the weather played much to our advantage. We played possession football, which is really classic DC style of football, and we wore down the Galaxy. It's a lot of work when you're chasing the ball. It's a lot less work when you have possession, and that's what we did, especially in the second half. If you saw how we played, that was just classic DC United. Possession, patience, exposing the flanks, creating opportunities, and, you know, we were very potent. Even in the last 10 minutes of the game, we were very, very potent. So I was extremely pleased how we played this weekend.
Big win over the best team in the Western Conference and just one of a series of quality results for DC as of late. But taking back to the start of the season when DC got off to a poor start, how concerned were you about the way the year started, or did you have faith that eventually the team would meld together and come around the way they have?
You know, as you remember, we were dead last, and whenever your team is dead last, you worry. I worried. And I spend a lot of time with my fans. Before every game, I go to Lot 8, which is where our fans have tailgate parties, and I got an earful. My friends would call me up, unsolicited, and give me advice. And you can probably guess what a lot of the fans and people around the league were saying about our team. But one thing that I believed in then, and I still believe in, I believe we have the best management team in Major League Soccer. If not in all of professional sports. Our president, Kevin Payne, our general manager, Dave Casper, our executive vice president, Steven Zach, probably is one of the best management teams in all of professional sports in the U.S. So I knew I had a great management team. I also knew their ability to be able to pick and choose the right coaching staff. And so I believed that we would come around. And, you know, in professional sports, when the team is not winning, owners tend to make changes at the manager or in baseball, managers or head coaches in the case of soccer for a quick fix. In my case, it wasn't really about win-loss, or it wasn't about where we were in the table. It was about where the players were. And my players never stopped believing that we could win, never stopped believing in our coach, in our ability to be able to create a championship caliber team. And, you know, if you go back 5-6 weeks ago and look at all the press articles and look at all the quotes that my players went on record, they all came in support of our coaching staff and said, look, it's not, you know, our head coach's, Tommy's fault. We all have to take the blame. And, you know, what happened was our players got closer together. They worked extra hard. They never stopped believing. Our coaching staff never stopped believing. And what we see today is, I don't think it was an accident. It was about, having some adversity, getting over that adversity. The players and the coaching staff never stopped believing, and now we have probably the most potent team right now. But as an owner of a sports franchise, when your leadership loses its ability to lead, in other words, if the players had stopped believing, if the players had given up on our head coach, I would have had to do something at that point in time. But that never happened at DC United. And you can just go back and look at all the press releases and all the things that our players said on the record. My players never stopped believing. And that's why, I was worried, but did we ever, consider it changing? Not until it was clear that our coaching staff had lost its ability to lead, and that never happened.